Are you saying it's like a two-horse race with David and Brandon at the top, or is it just you look at it as everybody trying to get in the fold?
Everybody's trying to get in there, but it's a two-horse race. But the thing is, and part of my philosophy is I need two horses.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need a horse and a mule. I need two horses. And I definitely have two horses in Brandon and David. The only question is which one's going to run out on the field first.
What are the difference? What does each bring to the fold?
Brandon has a little bit more experience. Definitely understands, the pass protection a little bit more. He has really good speed. He's a big back. He can break tackles. On the other side, David, he hasn't had as much experience, but he's also a big back that can run. He's got really good feet, and in a lot of ways they're similar, and there's a few subtle differences. So it's a good combination of guys to have.
With questions at quarterback, questions at receiver, the two set in stone is David and Brandon. How big are they going to be for your offense this year? Just the nucleus of the team, it seems like.
I think it's going to be huge. I think right now, two of our older positions is the offensive line and the running backs. And to me, that's a great combination. Because, of course, if I don't have the offensive line to block for my guys, it could be kind of dicey. But the offensive line is doing a great job so far. And I think those two guys are going to bring a lot to the table. They can break the big play. But at the same time, when it's 3rd and 1, they can get in there and break some tackles and get that first down. So I'm looking forward to both of them to having a really good year.
Have the newcomers brought the energy you would like to see from them from the start?
They have, and of course, having our first scrimmage yesterday is totally different being in a practice situation than all of a sudden you're in a game-like situation. The head starts swimming a whole lot more when it's a game-like situation. But they're in there, they're working hard, and I'm looking forward to seeing them get into the mix.
How have you seen Brandon sort of develop in your years? The years you've been here as a running back? He was fairly young running back when you first got here. Mm-hmm. Now he's a fifth-year senior. How have you seen sort of the maturation of Brandon Wild the last 2 years?
Well, one thing which is a testament to our strength in the staff is he's gotten faster.
Yeah.
He's gotten faster right now and maintained his weight. It's not like he got smaller and got faster. At times he's gotten bigger and gotten faster. But I think one of the big things that he's able to do is there was a big difference with him in the open field.
Yeah.
Where before he was more of he was a 6'2", 220-pound guy trying to act like he was 5'9", 175. Whereas now he's sort of realizing that, hey, I'm a big back. I don't have to run around everybody. I can run through some people. And at the same time run away from them.
How would you compare the running styles of Brandon and David?
Similar. I think David has his feet are a little bit more part of his game.
Yeah.
But both of them are bigger guys. Brandon's definitely going to hit it and get it. And at times David's going to use his feet a little bit more.
You fair to say that Brandon's more of a between the tackles type runner than David is?
Well, I'm not going to say that because both of them are fast.
Right. Yeah.
But Brandon I think is going to be more of a downhill guy.
Right.
But at the same time, David could be a downhill guy too, which he's proven that.
Yeah.
So.
But in today's world of spread offenses and where a lot of everything's sort of run to the outside now, is it a luxury to have one, if not two running backs that can have the ability to run between the tackles and keep defenses honest, so to speak? With it, you got to make defend the entire field.
Exactly, it's definitely a huge luxury. I was talking to a buddy of mine once about pass protection, and he was like, I can't do that. My backs are 185, 190 pounds. I was like, well, yeah, my guys are 215, 220, so that's a little different.
That's why the SEC, right?
Exactly. But it is definitely a luxury to have some big guys that have small guy speed and also have small guys' feet as well. So
isn't David still one of the fastest players in the team?
David, Brandon, Sean, Tyler.
What about Sean? No one's talking about Sean Carson that much this preseason. How has Sean done?
He's doing well. And again, Sean's not as big as those guys. He's a step faster than them, but he's not quite as big. but he does have experience, and I got confidence in Sean that he knows what to do and get out there, and he's made a lot of big plays for us. Yeah. So he's not a forgotten one. Yeah. He's just not in the forefront of everything right now.
Luxury of that to know that you have Sean sitting back there.
Exactly, and it's a good luxury. Yeah. That hey, I want to get him in, and I know that hey, he's done it at this level before, so it's not a question of can he do it. It's just getting him out there to get it done.
Did Sean open eyes with that 35-yard run for touchdown at Kentucky last year? Is that
well, no. The big one was 2 years ago.
The one against Florida.
The one against Florida here. Yeah. That was.
But even last year, like a Kentucky game, he hadn't really carried the ball that much. But all of a sudden, you give him the ball and he breaks loose for a 35-yard touchdown at Kentucky. Yeah. So
like I said, he's made some plays. Yeah. So he's a guy definitely that we expect him to make some plays this year as well. Yeah.